So what will happen, I'm gonna put this in the roaster, and I just wanna mention that Sarah from Living Traditions Homestead is the one that I learned about the tomato skins. If you freeze your tomatoes, you can get the peels right off. That whole business of sticking them in a hot boiling water and slipping, too much work for me. I'd rather just stick them in the freezer. So I'm gonna get these on my Nesco roaster, probably like 250, 300 degrees, just to get the process going so I can slip the skins. Once the skins are off, I am going to take this, which is zucchini that I have shredded. I probably grew, oh my gosh, 70 pounds of zucchini this summer. We tried to eat as much of it as we could fresh. I gave a bunch away. But what was left, I shredded, and I'm hoping to use Rachel from that 1870s homestead, her idea to bulk up some of my tomato products in particular with the zucchini. So I'm gonna try that with the pizza sauce. Once this is thawed, I'm gonna squeeze it a lot to get as much liquid out of there as possible. I'll add it to this along with all of the other ingredients for the pizza sauce. And I am using the pizza sauce recipe that Rachel from that 1870s homestead uses. Here's my roaster. So I'm gonna put it on about maybe half. I'll split the difference and put it on 275. This roaster, oops, looks a little crook there, as my husband's grandmother would say. Looks a little crook. This roaster, I think I paid $50 on Facebook Marketplace, and I'm pretty sure that I got robbed. But I use it for our turkeys. I use it to make broth. As you can see, it fits 20 pounds of tomatoes in it with a little bit of room. So this was a great investment. I highly suggest that you pick one up. My sweet son came in, so I had to turn the video off. Anyway, all of that is to say, there will be coffee, a second cup of coffee today. If you are in South Central Pennsylvania, I tried a new kind of coffee called Common Ground Coffee Company. Like, it was a soccer fundraiser. 4 tablespoons. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm an excellent measurer. It's really good coffee. Let's see, what else do we need? We need parsley, oregano. Okay. Parsley, oregano. I don't know if I have parsley. I'm not a big fan of dried parsley. Need 4 tablespoons of oregano. We're gonna call that 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is a mix of, you can kind of tell, well, you probably can't see it, but the really green stuff is the stuff that I grew, and I just mixed it in with the store-bought stuff. If I were parsley, where would I hide? I think that parsley is not here. Okay, rosemary. This is my rosemary that I grew. There's a local greenhouse that I go to called Noggles Greenhouse. They're only open in the early part of the season. And they had this sign up next to their rosemary plants, and it said, I believe in global warming, when rosemary is perennial in Pennsylvania, which I thought was a riot, but that's because I'm probably a dork. Look what I found, parsley. Someone thought ahead. And this is 2.5 tablespoons. I don't know if I grew this or what. I keep squinting because I don't have my reading glasses on. So I can't really see very much. See very well, I should say. Okay, no basil. That's what makes the difference, I think, between pizza sauce and like marinara sauce. is that the pizza sauce is heavy on the oregano and has no basil, whereas this marinara sauce or spaghetti sauce, whatever you want to call it, what they call it, the gravy, as my husband's grandmother called it, is heavy on the basil. So if you prefer to have some basil in your pizza sauce, you do you boo, as they say these days. All right, I need, oops, and then she lied. There is basil. Might be. Okay. 1, 2.5. I have so much fresh basil, but for whatever reason, when I dry it, it does not taste very good. Okay. I need 2 cans of tomato paste, but I'm going to use something else. I mentioned before that I take my tomato skins and I dehydrate them and then turn them into tomato powder. And then I use that. I'm just kind of eyeballing it. Like, how much skins would I need to make, if I added it to water to make paste, how much would I need? So we'll start with that. I would say that was probably about 1/2 cup of tomato skins. If you had 2 of those small containers of tomato paste, what's that going to be, like 3/4 of a cup or so? So there we go with that. And then the only thing that's left is salt, garlic powder, brown sugar. I'm going to use granulated garlic because that's what I have. 3 tablespoons. Wow. I'm going to be having some Italian grandmother smelling hands here. Okay. Brown sugar, salt. So I have this pepper mill, and it would drive me crazy because if you just leave it with no bottom, it gets everywhere. So mason jars to the rescue. Salt. Isn't this a cute little salt thing? I found that at a shop in Lancaster. Brown sugar. Okay. Like I said before, this recipe I stole, lovingly borrowed from Rachel. Must be something with the name. From that 1870s Homestead, which is probably my favorite YouTube channel. She is a riot. I love her recipes, and she seems to can, so 1/3 cup of brown sugar, what my family would eat. So that's why I follow her and I enjoy her videos. She's on a bit of a hiatus right now, taking off the summer for to let the ground rest, which is cool. 2.5 teaspoons of salt, which is like 5 of these jammies. I'm using kosher salt, but you can use anything except for iodized salt. You don't want iodized salt. And then black pepper until your arm gets sore. I never put in enough black pepper because I can't grind 2.5 teaspoons. One of these days I'm gonna buy already ground pepper. But honestly, it seems like a little bit of a waste. If it's not peppery, just add some pepper to your pizza. Done. Turned the heat up on my tomatoes because I'm actually going to be able to pay attention to them for a little while. Not too long. Boy child has soccer tonight. Girl child is at the neighbor's house. She'll be at a sleepover tonight. So I will have some time to just keep an eye on this until I have to drop my son at soccer. This says it will make 12 pints. I don't remember from last year how many pints we ended up with. Just like the measuring, I'm not so good at remembering to record that sort of thing. I'm trying to be better about that this year. But, so, I'll give you a look at this, and then we're gonna go out in the garden. I'll give you a look at that also. Oh dear. Not so good with this. Oh dear. Okay, we're gonna take that with us. So there is the sauce. It was super bubbly until I stirred it down. But let me tell you, it smells really good. If I'm feeling wild and crazy, I might try and add some more zucchini to it. I can't say it out loud because the boy child will hear me. Okay, so you're gonna dip it?
Oh, my God. I thought I was eating the bread.
No, we're not just tasting the bread. You gotta blow on it, it's gonna be hot.
Mm.
Consistency looks pretty good, right? Maybe it needs to be a little bit thicker.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it doesn't need anything.
I don't know. I mean, maybe a little bit of salt and pepper, but
Yeah, a little salt. That's good.
yeah, it is. What
That's
is this
some
supposed to be?
deliciosity. A little vinegar.